Was the joke not good enough? We get it. It was a vampire. It was a vampire. Oh God, nigga, why? Oh! Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Jamie Hughes Show. My name, as always, is Jamie Hughes, and today you join me for a very somber video, as I am about to review episode 1 of season 7 of The Walking Dead. Before I do start reviewing it, though, this is going to involve spoilers. There's going to be lots and lots of spoilers, so run away from them now before they break your heart like they already have for us. Yeah, I got the first death. I got one of the deaths spoiled for me on Facebook, so that's why I'm pre-warning massively that yes, people die, and yeah, I'm going to be talking about them a lot. So that's it. It's fair game now. I'm going Negan on your ass. I'm going brutal. So let's jump straight into the episode, and there's nothing else really we can talk about apart from the two deaths. The first one was Abraham, and I think it was pretty impactful. It's not as impactful as the second death, but I think this death does carry a lot of weight if you really think about it. I think that although he wasn't a major character in the series, he had enough pull in there, and he had enough connection with like every single one of the characters for this to make a difference, and for this to really impact the characters. Obviously, it's going to impact Sasha, it's going to impact Rosita, Eugene massively, but he also had connections with Glenn, Maggie, Rick as well. He was almost like Rick and Daryl's right-hand man, along with Glenn. So I predicted this one on a previous video that I did for the brew. And yeah, I just feel like it was an impactful death that works because it's not like a cop out like Aaron or anyone. Like, there is depth and to this death, and I think he went out like a true hero, getting smacked across the head and then popping back up and going, "Suck my nuts." I think that's the best way Abraham could have died. Obviously, if you're not aware, as I said, this is going to have spoilers in the comics. He dies how. Was her name Dawn, the doctor, how she got shot through the eye with the arrow. That's how Abraham dies in the comics, so it was nice to see him get like a few more episodes and go out like a champ, because a lot of people are going to be talking about this episode. A lot of people are going to talk about his death, so he does go out like a true champion. And then let's just move on. Give me a sec. Oh, Glenn. Poor sweet Glenn. Glenn was the second victim of Lucille and Negan. I want your guys' thoughts on this, because do you think, like, it was so, oh God, I just can't get my head around it with her. I need a minute. It was just such an impactful death because they lulled you into this false sense of security that the fact that, yes, it was horrible that Abraham had died, but that was it. Like, nobody else was going to die. And then Daryl goes and punches Negan. So I want like your guys' kind of input on this as well, because how is Maggie going to react to this? I know Daryl was taken by Negan, but in a sense, if Daryl hadn't have done what he'd done, Glenn, in theory, would still be alive, because obviously Negan said, if anything happens, you get one for free. Glenn was the first one that kind of lashed out, so Negan let him off, and then Daryl punched Negan after he killed Abraham, resulting in Glenn's brutal death, which was awesome, because that's what happens in the comics. Again, spoilers, but that's what happens in the comics. Glenn's the one that gets killed by Lucille in the comics, and you see his eye popping out, so I was glad that they kept that true to the comics. But yeah, it's just, oh God, it was just so horrible. Like, it was just genuinely gutting, like, not just to watch, but it was so heart-wrenching for all these characters, because Glenn is, like, apart from Rick and Carl, I think, and Daryl, like, and Carol, like, there are very few season 1 survivors left in the show, and Morgan, obviously. Yeah, and to see him go like that in such an impactful way, because, and it's going to affect, as I said, Abraham does affect the characters, but Glenn was the main character, and he's going to impact the characters so much. It is going to change the trajectory and the course of the show, because obviously you've now got poor sweet Maggie, who has lost her husband, lost her dad, like lost her sister, and now is probably going to lose her unborn baby. Like, what mentally is that going to do to her? I know, obviously after the dust had settled with Negan, she wanted revenge and she wanted to fight, but she can't. Like, she could die. Like, in the next episode, she could die. She could walk down that hill and just piss and die because she's that weak. Like, we don't know like what's going to happen to it, but it was just it's gonna haunt Rick. It's gonna haunt everyone. It's just such an impactful death. Like it was really, really well done to kill Glenn after Abraham. So it was kind of like a surprise and a shock. But moving on from the deaths, because I could talk about them all day and I might start crying, so I'm not gonna. I thought that the whole episode on a whole was really good. The way that Negan broke down Rick, really got under his skin and has broken Rick, in my opinion. I think Rick is truly like we've never seen Rick like this before. I know when Laurie died, like he was inconsolable for a few episodes and he kind of went off the rails, but like when he had to try and cut Carl's arm off, that was like so like he'd broken down, he'd gone, like he was willing to like let everyone die, I think, and even maybe he wants to die, I don't know. And again, when Maggie wanted to rally the troops and go and fight for Negan, he had no fight in him. He just wanted to go. He wanted to leave. He didn't want to. He's not the same Rick. He is not the same Rick from a season ago. He is a broken man, and I think that this is where season 7 is going to go. These characters have got to rebuild, and they've got to become stronger again. They've now got to try and fight and kill Negan, which I think a lot of us are hoping for, but I don't think it's going to happen in this season. Maybe even not even season 8. But it's a really good time to be a Walking Dead fan. I think that we're not going to get the same impact every episode, and I don't really want to see another 7 episodes of filler. And then we get like the big episode before the mid-season finale, get a big episode after that, and then loads of filler like we have done the past couple of seasons. I want them to drop big, impactful episodes, and not just deaths, like big things to happen in a couple of episodes here and there. But I'm looking forward to this season. I think it's going to be really good. I just don't like really know. I know I said I'm going to do a review of this, but I just don't know what to say. Like it's just so impactful and so sort of meaningful that we've lost these characters in the way that we have, and it does change the future of the show. So there are a few questions I want to pose to you guys. Like, where do you see the show going now? Obviously, we've not seen a few of the characters. We don't know what they're doing, like obviously Morgan and Carol. Where do we see Daryl? What do you think is going to happen with Daryl? As I said, is Maggie going to sort of let all of this grief sink in, and then is that going to turn to anger towards Daryl? I don't know. As I said, she's so unstable. We don't really know. Eugene, I just want to mention this really quickly. Poor Eugene, when like Abraham died. I hope he gets a moment with Abraham when they're burying him in the next episode to say goodbye, because it was just so sad when he was sat there like with his legs crossed and his arms in his hands, and he was just crying. He's just so helpless, and I think, it was just so good. Like, it was a great episode. All the actors involved, really, really brilliant. I am going to wrap it up here because I don't really know what to say, and I might start crying the more I think about poor Glenn. But this is going to be a weekly thing. I just want to mention this really quickly. Every Tuesday I'm going to be releasing a Walking Dead review video because annoyingly it gets released on Sunday in America, Monday in Britain. So obviously I'm going to film these reviews on a Tuesday morning and try and get them to you to Tuesday afternoon. So yeah. This is therapy. If you had enjoyed this video, leave a like, leave a comment. If there's anything you want to talk about Walking Dead related, obviously leave them down in the comments below. If you are going to post some spoilers, leave a spoiler warning, because I'll be reading them and I'll delete them if you spoil loads of stuff for people that haven't seen the episode yet. But yeah, really, really looking forward to season 7. Really looking forward to knowing what you guys thought of the deaths. There's another question really quick. Who do you think should have died if not those two? Let me know down in the comments below. I've been Jamie Hughes. This has been the Jamie Hughes Show. Oh, Glenn, we hardly knew ye. I will see you in the next episode. Ta-ra.